We're super excited to announce a partnership with a new company called Creepy Crate. They're a meal subscription service, and they mail you boxes every other month. Inside these boxes are true crime goodies, horror movie collectibles, and other items that are exclusive to Creepy Crate that you can't find anywhere else. It's super awesome, and it's a really great gift for yourself or that true crime fan in your life. If you use our promo code GODDAMN at their website, creepycrate.store, you'll receive $5 off your subscription. And they've been kind enough to give us a box to give away to one of our listeners. So if you leave us a review on iTunes, you'll be automatically entered to win the Creepy Crate. Don't worry, if you already reviewed us, you're already in the drawing. If you don't have an Apple device, you can create an iTunes account on your desktop and review us from there. You have until November 30th to leave the review to be entered to win, and we'll announce a winner on December 2nd. May the odds be ever in your favor.
God damn!
I have one memory that sticks in my mind, like a picture, you know? And it's when we were going to Horton Plaza and we were driving into the parking structure and we were blasting Disney. I'm pretty sure it was Beauty and the Beast, Be Our Guest. And
Sounds right.
I think you were driving. I was like screaming out the window, as is only appropriate. And there was a pedestrian on the sidewalk and he saw us and started cracking up. And it was like this little moment in my head, like, this is fun. This is a fun time in life.
This is a good time. I remember driving with you one time, and you were driving, and there was a pedestrian.
Maybe I'm remembering your memory.
No, because it was My Chemical Romance.
Ooh, different song, so it had to be a different time.
Yeah, it was where the kid goes to school. You won't believe what I have under my shirt.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
the teenager scared the living shit out of me.
That song.
Yeah.
And I was probably hanging out the window, but we were downtown, so I think we were near Coffee Shop.
Oh my God. What if this is the exact same memory? We're just remembering different songs and different locations. Because Horton Plaza's downtown.
But I was like halfway hanging out the car, and I threw the guy the mic, like, he's got this, and he did not reciprocate. He looked at me like, holy shit.
Oh, he thought you were crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
different memories then.
It was fun, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do that again.
We should. Also, still in my life today, I'll sing in my car. Like, if my kid's not in my car, I blast music in my car.
Yep.
But I'll still occasionally try to throw a random person the mic, like, you got this, and they never take it.
Man, we gotta practice this.
Sometimes they just look at me like they think that I can't see them looking at me. And I'm like, we both have eyes.
I'm looking at you with my eyes. Oh,
I mean, my windows are a little tinted, but I can see you, and I know you can see me.
It's like when I don't have my glasses on and I look people dead in the face and I think that they can't see me because I can't see them.
Yeah, I do that
I can't see
too.
their eyes.
But, like, we're driving, so I hope you can see to the car next to you.
That's true. That's pretty important if you're driving.
Yeah.
You should have all of your glasses and seeing devices on.
So I feel like that's not a valid excuse for them to not take my damn mic.
Hey guys, so welcome to episode 11 of I Said Goddamn.
I said goddamn.
Woo!
Well, Stacy,
Yeah,
how's your life so far? You got a goddamn this week?
it's great. I do have a goddamn, which is not so great.
Oh, shit. What is it?
I've almost told you this goddamn a million times already, and we've been hanging out for what, like an hour?
Yeah.
It's so hard not to bring the shit up before we start recording.
You can bring it up now, girl. Let
I'm
it out.
bringing it up. Yesterday, driving in my car, coming home from work, and usually it takes me about an hour in traffic to get home. But there was an accident yesterday.
Oh, son of a bitch.
So it ended up taking me like an hour and a half. But you had called me on the ride home, and you were like, oh, I'm going to go to Target because I'm going to buy a blazer, right? We had this conversation. And I was like, bye, have fun in Target. I'm going to still sit in my car. And then and then right after that, Lee calls me because he had just gotten off of work. And we're talking, and everything's going great and fancy and fine. And I'm like at a dead stop on the freeway.
Oh, dear God. Did you get rear-ended?
No.
Thank God.
And in the middle of talking to Lee, all of a sudden, I was like, I don't feel good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, like I felt like nauseous, or it wasn't even like straight, like I was nauseous. It was like I felt weird. Like I didn't feel good. And my ears started to ring, and I was like telling Lee, like, I think I need to hang up the phone. I just don't feel good right now. I can't talk. I need to focus on living.
Yeah.
So I hung, and he was like, okay, bye.
Good luck. Peace be
Yeah.
with you in your
I hope
fucking one-ton vehicle.
Yeah, I hope you feel better.
I don't know how much cars weigh.
I don't know either, but it sounds about right. And so I hang up the phone, and my ears start ringing, and I'm like, oh my God, like I feel like I'm kind of going to faint or something. I really don't feel good. And it wasn't like my stomach hurt or there was one thing in particular. I just felt like I was dying. And then I started to get really sweaty, and then my vision started to like black out, like I was going to faint.
Holy shit.
And I was like, no, we're not going to faint while I'm driving. Like, I'm okay. Maybe,
oh my God.
Like, I was thinking maybe my blood pressure dropped, and now I'm having like a panic attack because I feel like I'm about to faint, and I know I'm driving, and that would be bad. So I'm probably just freaking myself out more than I need to be. So I roll down the window, and I like lay my head on the windowsill so that I can like relax my body because I'm at a dead stop. I'm not going, like, we might be creeping every but it's not like I'm endangering anyone. And so I'm sitting there, and it's just getting worse. Like,
what?
Like, I'm going to puke all over my car, and I'm sweating profusely, and my vision just kept starting to get darker and darker. And I was like, fuck, I've fainted enough times to know that I'm about to fucking faint. So I had to pull over. And so I pull over, and I hit my emergencies, and I take my seatbelt off, and I push my seat all the way back and just put my head in my lap, like between my knees, so that I don't faint. And I literally felt so shitty that I was just going like, ugh. Like I was just breathing and going, ugh. And it wasn't getting any better. Like usually that happens and almost immediately I can hear a little better. Like my hearing will come back.
You put your head between your knees and you're fine.
It wasn't working.
Oh my God.
I still felt so sick. And I was like, do I need to call 911? Like, I think I'm dying. I legit thought I was dying on the side of the road.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And I sat there for like 5 minutes and I kept thinking, if somebody walks up to see like if I'm having car trouble or something, they're going to think I'm dead because I'm like slumped over in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
And if somebody walks up, I'm going to have to tell them to call an ambulance. Like, no one is going to be like, oh, she's fine.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't even like sit up to be like, no, I'm fine. Like, I was like I saw my face later after all of this. I saw my face and my lips were just like white. Like I was not doing good. I don't know what was going on, but it wasn't good. And so I was like, oh fuck, man, I have to get off this side of this road. I need to go home. Like I need to lay down. Something is going on. Like I'm not going to faint now. It's been 5 minutes. I'm good. Like I just need to like get myself moving or something.
Yeah.
So I start sitting up even though all I want to do is lay down and like go to sleep. Like I'm so tired at this point and I am drenched in sweat. I'm talking like my hair was wet because I was so sweaty.
Holy shit.
And then I started to like get a little bit of my hearing back and my vision was fine. So I was like, okay, let me just buckle up and suck it up and like get through this. Because I was almost to my house. Like I was 2 exits from my house, but you know, the freeway is like, those 2 exits are kind of far apart. But I was so close. Like I need to just suck it up and get through it. So I get back on the road, and I'm still kind of like laying my head on the windowsill. Mm-hmm. And I get past the accident, which was only like 2 minutes further down. And I start to feel a little better, and my hearing starts to come back. And my vision, like I said, everything's fine. And I'm like really thirsty and super tired. And I call Lee back, and I'm like, hey, I almost died on the side of the road. You have to get the kid today. I'm going home to lay down. And then I got home, and I didn't even lay down. I made dinner, and I felt better. And the whole time I was like, I'm not going to work tomorrow because I literally almost died on the side of the road. And then I woke up this morning, and I forgot it all happened, and I went to work.
And that was it?
Yeah, I have no idea.
You don't know what happened or anything?
No idea. Like I said, I think the only thing I could think of was maybe my blood pressure dropped or something, and then I started to panic. But I didn't feel good. It was like Lee and I were just having a full conversation. I wasn't like no stress or anxiety about anything. I wasn't thinking about anything. I had just eaten, so I wasn't hungry. It wasn't like low blood sugar or anything.
Holy shit.
Just out of nowhere.
Ugh,
that sounds terrifying.
Awful. Yeah.
That could happen anytime.
That could happen at any time.
So anyway, Erin, tell me about your goddamn.
Well, I will.
Okay.
I was gonna have one goddamn, and then today I got an even bigger goddamn.
Oh. Yeah. Give it to me small then big.
Okay, so the first one was just the time change that my kid, fucked up my kid.
No one with a toddler has ever liked a time change.
No, it's awful.
Yep.
And, oh my God, he wakes up at 6 a.m. every morning, and so then, of course, the time change, he's like, it's 5, let's start our day. And
yeah.
Like, fuck that. Yeah, but here's the worst goddamn.
Okay.
Did you hear about the mass shooting in Thousand Oaks or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, like, college bar.
Yeah.
And it was, like, college night on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And, like, 14 people died? Or was it more?
I had heard 12.
Oh, maybe
when
it was
I looked,
12.
but around there.
Yeah.
I'd met the kid from Coronado.
Who's the kid from Coronado?
Justin Meek.
Is he someone who died? I don't know much about the story.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He's someone that died. I've done a ton of work for his mom.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's so sad.
It's awful. He was in there with his sister, I guess, and he got his sister out, and then he went back in to help more people, and that's when he got shot.
Oh, God. That's so sad.
Isn't that fucking awful?
It's horrible.
I literally learned about that this morning.
Oh, shit.
My boss came in and was like, talking to someone else, one of the other ladies at work about it, and he was like, yeah, you know, I knew this kid, but Aaron knew him better. And I was like, knew who better? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. How'd you know him?
Just through work.
Like when he would come in with his mom or something?
Yeah, he would come in with his mom, and his mom was, like, obsessed with him. She's, like, they had such a good relationship, it seemed like.
Sad.
And he played water polo. He was, like, the mascot, and so she always came in and had me make, like, logos for the mascot and stuff for him, and, like, made him shirts and would make him stickers and stuff. Like, she was, like, the sports mom that you wanted, you know? Like, the one that was on top of stuff. And so she always came in to get stuff and would, like, I don't know, you could just tell that that was her baby. Like, that's so fucked up.
Awful.
Yeah.
Do they know, like, who did it or why?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they know who, but I don't know any of the story. Like, what do you know?
It was a, like, 28-year-old guy. He was an ex-Marine, I think. Mm-hmm. And from what because obviously I looked into it today because I hadn't heard about it at all until that. Mm-hmm. And then I started reading about it and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, he was like a machine gunner or something in the Marines, and then all of his friends are saying, like, that he's such a stable guy and they couldn't imagine him doing this and everything.
Oh my God.
But supposedly there's a Facebook post that he posted beforehand and was like, I bet they're gonna call me crazy, like, or call me insane, and wouldn't that just be a ball of irony or something like that? And he said, but they're still not gonna do anything about it, they're just gonna send thoughts and prayers.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm paraphrasing, but that was
obviously
roughly what he said. Like, what the fuck, man?
My God, that's so awful. So he didn't really have a motive or anything?
Not that they're aware of, no. My first thought reading that is, like, is he doing it to be, like, to make a change so that everybody has to, like, okay, you know, we have to do something to change it? Because that's kind of what that Facebook thing sounds like. Like, they're not going to do anything. They're just still going to send thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, but you murdering people isn't going to change anything.
No,
that makes it worse.
Also, one of the guys that died there had survived the Vegas shooting.
Jesus
what the fuck,
Christ.
man? Like, why is this America?
I don't know. It really upsets me, though. Like, I wish people would just stop shooting each other and stop being mean. And, like, I don't even want to get into the politics of guns and all this shit, but, like, just be fucking nice to each other.
You're all
it's
humans.
Not hard.
Yeah. And everybody's going through shit. Yeah. Every single person that you meet has their own baggage and shit that they're dealing with. Like, why do you have to be an asshole?
Every single person is. And you know what? Talk to somebody about it. Like, if you're having a shit day and you feel that bad that you're going to do something, talk to someone. And if that someone is an asshole to you and doesn't help you, go find someone else. Like, they're not worth it then.
Yeah.
Well, that was cheerful.
Yeah, sorry everyone, but that fucked me up today.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, be nice to each other.
Yeah. Be nice to each other. Everybody's dealing with shit.
Be kind.
Yeah.
Just be like, you look lovely today.
Smile at someone. Tell them you like their blazer.
Yep. You can change that shooter's mind.
Yeah, maybe.
We both just said maybe.
There's a chance. And hey, if there's a chance, it's good enough for me.
That's right.
Well, you will not believe what I have in store for you.
As always, I am excited, and I'm sure I will be delighted.
You actually will be delighted at this one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm going to mess up all of the names.
We always do, so you're not setting any different kind of precedents.
Yeah, I just want everyone to know. Don't do it out of any
disrespect.
I just can't.
Some of the letters shouldn't be next to each other.
This one has a lot of vowels.
Okay.
So, mine is about Aku Yadu. It looks like it's spelled Yadav, but I heard someone say it as Yadu. So,
okay.
So he was born in 1972, and he lived in the slums of India. I did not write down the name of said slums.
Yeah.
Because I can't. It was like 47 letters.
Yeah.
And I can't.
It's a lot of letters.
I wasn't going to put everyone
That's more
through
letters
that.
than there are in the alphabet.
Yeah. Some were repeated.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So, for over a decade, he had terrorized this slums. He was a gangster, serial killer, rapist, warlord.
Shit.
Yeah.
A warlord?
Yeah.
Jesus
I didn't
Christ.
know that there was a... I'm going to sound so goddamn ignorant.
Ignorant.
Ignorant. You stop. You ignorant. I didn't know that there was
That's
a war
ignorant.
going on.
You're ignorant.
Exactly.
Oh, shit. That got me.
So, these slums
Yeah.
had about 300 families, like, in them. And every other house in the fucking slums had a woman who had been raped by this guy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Everybody was afraid of him, though.
Why? There's 300 of them. Why were they like, no, you're not welcome here?
Well, I mean, it's like a town. They're not all in the same place at the same time.
I mean, I imagine slums like shacks and they're really close to each other so that you could be like,
I believe that that's probably true.
yeah.
I don't know that for a fact.
So you could be like, get out of here, fucking whatever the guy's name is.
Aku.
Yeah, Aku.
Well, he would barge into these houses and demand money, and he would rape and brutalize the women to control the men.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ew.
He would rape them and have his henchmen rape them, and
Ew.
just to, like, make the men pay him or whatever,
Ew.
like, get what he wanted. Yeah.
Oh, I don't
asshole.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And in India at the time, I don't know if it still is, maybe, but it was taboo to have been raped.
Yeah,
So most
I'm
of the
sure.
people didn't report it.
Oh, man.
And then those people that did report it, he bribed the police. So the police would just be like, well, you're,
Hussy.
yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they would basically blame them and say, like, well, you're a loose woman, and that's why he raped you.
Yeah, that's so fucking terrible.
Yeah. Then the police would go and turn and tell him exactly who reported him. So
And
then he would go back there to them and either threaten to rape them again, throw acid on them,
Oh, my God.
threaten to kill them.
No.
Yeah, he
That
was
is not a world I ever want to live in.
No! So, some of the more awful things that he did, he raped a woman after her wedding.
Okay.
He made a man strip, burned him with cigarettes, and forced him to dance in front of his daughter.
What the
Like,
fuck?
Naked in front of his daughter.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That
just
poor
kinda fucked up.
daughter.
Yeah.
That would terrify me. First time I ever saw a dick terrified me. Can't imagine.
Why is it like that? He raped a lady 10 days after she gave birth.
Oh, no.
I knew that one would hit home for you.
No.
Yep.
No.
Isn't that fucking awful?
No. Nothing should ever go in there for a long time.
Yeah. 10 days.
No.
Nothing is okay. Well, she also thought it was awful, and she ended up dousing herself in kerosene and setting herself on fire.
Oh, my God. It was that bad? What about her baby?
I guess. I don't know.
Oh, shit.
There was a picture of her and her baby. It was really sad.
Wait, did she die?
I think so.
Second question.
Uh-huh.
Did she douse herself in kerosene and set herself on fire? Or is that what he says she did? You know?
Good question.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Good question.
Yeah, okay.
From
I'm
what
here-
I've heard, that she did it, but yeah, he threatened to kill people and he threatened to throw acid on people, so it probably isn't without or outside the bounds of reason to suggest that.
God.
He had his henchman gang rape a 12-year-old girl.
Ew! Gang rape. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
He butchered a woman on the street in front of her daughter and
Jesus.
and neighbors, and the neighbors reported him. So
Like,
he
this guy is slicing people up.
Yeah. So he butchered them too, and then left their bodies on train tracks.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
How come no one's stopping this?
Because he paid off the police. Who's gonna stop him?
So this guy just, like, runs this town.
yeah, he's head
I-
honcho in this town.
Would move my shack. Easy for me to say.
Sit on wheels.
Oh my God. Just follow the train tracks out of there.
yeah, no kidding.
Oh, God.
There was one woman in particular. Her name was Yusha Narayani, I think.
Uh-huh.
She's 25.
Mm-hmm.
Her and all of her brothers were college educated, which was super rare in that town.
Yeah.
She was also unwed, which was rare. Like, she chose an education and to have a job instead of getting married and all
And
that.
a family, yeah.
Mhm. So Aku, went to her neighbor's house, and that was where the gang rape 12-year-old girl
Uh-huh.
happened. And she went to her neighbors and was like, you need to tell the police. And they were like, no, because they were afraid of him.
Yeah.
So they were just going to basically let it go. And she was like, no, fuck that. So she went and reported him.
Oh, God.
Well, the next day, Aku and 40 men showed up at her house with acid and threatened to kill her if she didn't withdraw the
Complaint?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she barricaded herself in her house and was like, fuck you, and was like just yelling insults back at them and
Oh,
stuff.
shit.
Yeah, and they were trying to break down the door, and they were like, you know, going around to whatever, like trying to come in.
Uh-huh.
So she was like, fuck this. And
Yeah.
she opened the gas line and
Oh
then
my
had
God.
some matches and was like,
I'll blow this place up.
if anyone comes in here, I'm going to blow us all up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So the guy was like, all right, never mind.
You're
Like,
crazier than me,
yeah,
bitch.
I'm not going to call that bluff, right? But that's gangster as fuck,
That's
right?
crazy. Go
Yeah.
this lady that I already forgot her name.
Yusha.
Go Yusha.
Yeah. Well, he also smelled the gas, and so he was like, nope, fuck
Nope,
that, right?
nope.
She's
She'll
out.
blow us all up.
But he came to her house for like a couple days in a row, threatening to rape her and throw acid on her and stuff.
Oh, my God.
She thinks that she was targeted. Thinks. Foreshadowing, she's still alive.
Yay.
She thinks that she was targeted because she was outspoken, and her brother-in-law is a lawyer, so he had spoken out against this guy as well.
Uh-huh.
After this guy kept coming to her house and threatening to rape her and kill her, or throw acid on her and stuff, she was like, nope, let's report him again. So they went to...
Oh, shit. She's like, huh. I
Yeah.
see what makes you mad.
Yeah, let's poke the bear. They were able to bypass the police, though, and they went to the commissioner, and he offered her basically like asylum or like a safe house so that she wouldn't die that night.
Oh, my God.
While they found him. Like, they were like, okay, let's go find this guy. He promised to find this guy and
Yeah.
whatever, keep her safe.
Yeah.
That night, a bunch of the villagers, they went to his house. He wasn't home, but they went to his house, and they were, like, inspired by her and standing up for him and
Oh.
stuff. Or
She
standing
caused
up
a
against him.
riot.
Yeah, and so they, like, destroyed his house. They burned
Good.
it to the ground. They just turned it to rubble. Like,
Awesome.
fucking, this guy's done.
Yeah.
So the police were like, hey, Aku, you should, like, not go home. It's not safe.
Hey, some
Hey.
shit happened.
So...
So your house is gone.
yeah, your house is gone. So he turned himself into the police, like surrendered himself just for his own safety.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What a little bitch.
Oh, you can dish it, but you can't take it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so then the next day, he was supposed to appear in court, and 500 residents were gathered outside,
Damn.
like fucking protesting this guy, I
Yeah,
guess.
like, yeah. Take him
Yeah.
to court.
One of his henchmen tried to pass him a knife in a blanket.
Holy
like,
shit.
Right in front of the police and everything, because the police are in his pocket, right?
Yeah.
And the residents got pissed and were like, hey, the
No.
fuck, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's not okay. And I imagine you can only get away with so much as the police. Like,
Yeah.
Like, you can't blatantly do this shit.
Yeah.
And so the police arrested the henchman and then took Aku back into custody. And before he got back into custody, though, he threatened to teach every woman in the slum a lesson.
So he passed him this blanket and this knife, and then he had some time?
Not really.
To,
Like, the lady
address-
was like, what the fuck? And the police were like, "Ah, God damn it. Like, we have to do something about this. And they arrest the guy and, like, take him back. But, like, as they're taking him back, he's, like, yelling, like, I'm going to
Threat.
teach everyone a
Okay.
lesson.
Got it.
So he's due back in court August 13th, 2004, which, mind you,
Jesus.
2004, that's not long ago.
I know. That's crazy.
Yeah. He goes back to court, and the women of the town were obviously pretty pissed because they're like, he's going to get bail again. Like, he gets bail all the time for this shit. He's just going to get bail
We're not
again.
safe.
Yeah. So 200 women show up to the court armed with vegetable knives, stones, and chili powder.
Oh, shit. They have a plan.
Apparently. As he was walking to the courthouse, he saw one of the women that he had raped, and he called her a prostitute and said that he would rape her again.
Oh, shit.
One of the guards laughed, and so she was like,
Fuck all you all.
nope. Like,
Yeah.
just, that was basically the straw that broke the camel's back. And she charged them and attacked them with her sandal.
Ooh.
A little bit of the chunkla power.
Oh.
She screamed, we can't both live on this earth together. It's you or me.
Oh, shit.
And that was kind of seen as like a war cry.
Oh,
So-
shit.
All of the other women, 200 women, descended on him.
Damn.
The guards got out of there.
Like, nope.
yeah,
This is all you.
they just fled. They were like, well, I can't handle this.
Yeah.
In the end, he was dead within 15 minutes.
Holy shit.
He was stabbed over 70 times.
Jesus Christ.
He had stones thrown in his face and chili powder in his eyes to blind him.
Eey.
And his penis was cut off.
Of course. They really had a plan.
Yeah.
I bet that felt so liberating for them.
Fucking right.
As awful as that is.
Yeah. 5 of the women were arrested and released the next day following demonstrations in the city. And right after that, every woman in the city claimed that they had killed him.
Oh, so they couldn't, like, pin it on one person?
Yep.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Yusha, along with 21 other people, including 6 other women, were arrested and charged with the murder. She believes that it was because she spoke out against the police not doing their job.
Oh.
Yeah, because she wasn't even at the courthouse that day.
What?
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
But she said, I'm not scared. I'm not ashamed. We've done a good thing for society. We'll see if society repays us. The trial wasn't until a decade later.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And she was released in 2012, along with everyone else, due to a lack of evidence because everyone claimed to have made the killing blow, so none of them could be charged.
Oh my God. That is crazy.
Isn't it?
That's fucking wild.
That's some goddamn vigilante justice.
Yeah. Seriously. Dude, that sucks though that she was in prison for 10 years before she got her piece.
I thought the same thing, but I saw in an interview with her, they were like, she's in her living room like she still lives in the slums, and she was in the living room in the windowless, like they explained it as like she was in her windowless living room, and I was like, is she at home?
Oh, was her prison not that bad? Or her capture? I don't know what you
No,
would
I
call
mean
that.
like home.
Oh. Wait,
Like,
I don't.
Like she was awaiting trial and not in jail for it.
Oh.
Is what I
okay.
think it was. I don't know that for a fact, but
Oh, that's interesting.
That's what
Well,
it
then that's not
sounded
so
like.
bad.
yeah.
Damn. She just saved a whole village.
Yeah. Just by standing up to him, she basically inspired all of the women in town to be like, fuck this guy.
Oh,
Let's
that's
take
crazy.
our town back. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Minus the fact that he did all that horrible shit.
Minus all of that, yeah, but he clearly got what was coming to him, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did like all of his little helpers and shit just like leave everybody alone? Leave town?
Yeah, I don't think there was a successor.
Okay. Yeah, that's
To
basically
the-
my question.
Empire.
God damn. That's
And
crazy.
the commissioner was aware of all of it, too, at that point, so there might have been, like, reforms and stuff in it.
Oh shit. All those police need to be like taken out of the job.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. You could just buy them off.
Yeah. They said that murder costs more to buy off,
Is it more expensive?
according to what I read, yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that was my exciting story. Short but sweet.
I
and,
liked it.
Yeah.
There's a little twist, you know, like a happy ending.
Twist. It was a happy ending. That's why I said you'd like that one.
Mine isn't a happy ending.
Well, I probably should have gone last to lighten the mood. Hey, so Stacy,
Yeah, Aaron?
I just wanted to say your name so that people know it's you when you're...
Oh, that's very helpful
Telling your
for our
story.
listeners.
I thought so, because most people can't tell us apart.
You think they got it down now? So I can tell my story?
Yup.
And they'll know that it's Stacy telling the story?
Yup. I hope so.
Doing God's work over here, Aaron. Okay, so heads up, my story is going to piss you off a lot.
God damn
Multiple
it.
times.
Really?
Yeah.
Multiple times?
Yes.
Do this shit to me every time.
I know, but that's why I'm like, ooh, this is a good one.
That is a good one. But also, you're welcome for my story, because it
Yeah.
was a little bit of girl power and brought you up.
I loved it.
Okay, go. I'm ready.
Okay, this is the story of Cindy James.
Cindy James.
Old Cindy James.
I like that name.
So, Cindy James was a nurse who lived in Richmond, British Columbia.
Oh, okay.
And she was married but had no children.
Mm-hmm.
But in July of 1982, she and her husband decided to get separated,
Okay.
to get a divorce. It said separated, so I was like, they're just going to try living separated without a divorce. They're not going to make it legal yet.
Yeah, yeah. That's
I don't know
how
that
I
for
read that,
sure.
too.
Speculating there.
That's all we do here.
Yeah. Okay, so 4 months after her divorce, she began to receive mysterious, threatening phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't recognize the voice of this person who was calling, and she said that sometimes the voice was disguised, and sometimes it would be like whispering,
Oh.
and other times the line would just be silent.
Okay. Whispering is fucking terrifying.
Fucking right. And I couldn't find anything like what the messages were, like when this guy would call her.
Yeah. Like, what would he whisper?
Like, I'm gonna wear your skin in the streets. I don't know what they
Yeah.
were saying,
Or
but they
like,
were threatening.
You left your porch lights on.
Oh my God. You might want to fold the clothes in the laundry before they get wrinkly.
Don't be late for work tomorrow.
I don't think you put coffee grounds in
What
the
if I was
coffee
a really
maker.
helpful stalker?
That's what this world needs, helpful stalkers.
Yeah.
I think you left your car unlocked. But in a non-threatening, creepy way.
Your lights are on. You forgot to set your alarm. Thank you, creepy stalker.
You're almost out of conditioner.
Oh, that's the worst. Don't forget to grab a new toothpaste.
You're on 3 squares of toilet paper.
I think those peaches are expired. That's probably enough examples.
Oh my God, we could go forever. Oh, shit. It's terrible that we're laughing at this.
Well, not for me yet, because I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it's terrible. Let me
Okay.
tell you. Okay, so she gets threatening phone calls. She was reluctant to talk about the phone calls with, like, the police or her family members or anything like that, but she does report it to the police. But she's, like, very vague about it, not, like, super descriptive, doesn't really let on that she...
Is scared about it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to reveal too much.
Okay.
But the police open an investigation over it, right? Mm-hmm. So over the next 3 months, the harassment and the threats get worse. At night, she would hear someone prowling around her property.
Nope.
The porch lights would get smashed.
The fuck? Nope. Fuck that.
Her phone lines would get fucking cut.
No!
Yeah. And threatening notes began to show up on her doorstep.
No. Oh, I got chills. I don't like that.
That's awful. That's way worse than phone calls.
Yeah. Why haven't you gotten, like, back to the police at this point?
Well, I'm pretty sure she was, like, reporting this all to the police, but the police couldn't, like,
Do anything?
catch him anytime, right?
Oh my god, that's fucking terrifying. Get cameras and dogs.
I mean, this was in, like
8 of 'em.
82.
When was it?
82-ish.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure cameras were a lot more harder to come by. Alrighty, so Cindy confides in her friend, whose name is Agnes.
It's a bright spot in my day.
Agnes. So this is coming from Agnes later on. Agnes claims that Cindy believed the stalker didn't want to hurt or didn't want to kill her, but that the stalker just wanted to scare her to death.
To death?
Scare her to death. Yeah, I guess that's kind of like Agnes's quote of quoting Cindy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So I was scared to death. Not like, he's gonna try and give me a heart attack and physically kill me.
No, like Agnes was later interviewed and Agnes was like, well, I was talking to Cindy and Cindy really believes that the stalker wasn't trying to kill her, but just wanted to scare her to death.
I think it's more like a phrase.
Yeah, maybe.
When you say it that way, yeah.
Yeah.
Not like he was trying to scare her to
Literally
death. Like,
to kill her by scaring her.
Yeah, because I don't know that that's actually possible.
Yeah. I don't know
Other
either.
than like a heart attack.
So during all of the harassment, Agnes swings by Cindy's house. Like while all this is going on, the 3 months after the phone call started and all this. Mm-hmm. During all of this harassment that's going on, Agnes decides to swing by Cindy's house to visit her. Mm-hmm. She gets there and she knocks on the door and Cindy doesn't answer the door.
Okay.
Agnes just assumes that she's taking a bath.
Okay.
Or like a shower, or she can't hear her, she's in the bathroom or
She's
something.
indisposed.
Yeah, and then Agnes starts to hear something in the yard, and so she goes walking around the house, and she ends up finding Cindy crouched down with a nylon stocking tied tightly around her neck.
The fuck?
She was alive, and Cindy said that what had happened was she was going out to the garage to grab a box, and someone came up from behind her, but all that she saw was that the person had white sneakers on. And then she was, like, on the ground with this nylon stocking around
What
her
the
neck.
fuck?
So her fucking friend came at the perfect goddamn time.
Yeah, saved her life.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so then the friend moved in.
Yeah, right?
Or
so the
they
police
moved to
catch
fucking
him.
Agnes's house.
Yeah, something, right? So after that attack, Cindy moves to a new house.
Good.
She paints her car, and she changes her last name.
Perfect.
And she fucking hires a private investigator, because the police aren't getting shit.
Excellent.
So
Because
she's
that's
like-
attempted fucking murder at that
Yeah.
point.
Jesus titty fucking Christ. Let's not put that in there. Jesus. Jeez.
Jeez Louise. We're gonna live in Jesus titty fucking Christ.
No.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay. I don't know. I'll let you. Okay. So, like I was saying, she doesn't really trust the police or like they're not getting anywhere. And the police continue the investigation, but they're starting to grow suspicious of Cindy
What?
because they think she's making everything up.
Why would she tie nylon around her neck?
Right? Well, they think she's making things up because she's being evasive and very reluctant to share any of the info or like talk about it.
Okay, that's suspicious.
Yeah. Like, she's not like going into detail.
Yeah.
Or she's acting kind of weird when she reports it, supposedly. The private investigator even said she withheld a lot of information and he could understand why the police would have a problem believing her story.
Okay. What kind of stuff was she withholding? Did we ever find out?
It just says that, like, anytime she would talk about, like, the phone calls or anything, she wouldn't reveal much. Like, she wasn't acting like somebody who was being truly stalked in the sense of, like, how you would think you would be, like, reporting and scared and everything. And when they asked questions, you would answer willingly. She was kind of, like, you know, reluctant to answer
That's
the question. So
weird.
that makes me think she's like, yeah, you know?
Yeah, just kind of like, what did
Yeah.
they say? And like, basic stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I got from it. Cindy's mom claims that Cindy had once confided in her that during an attack, she was held at knife point to her neck, and the guy who was like threatening her said that if you tell anyone, I'm coming for your sister and your mom next. So Cindy's mom thinks like, oh, the reason she was so reluctant to share any of this information is because she was threatened. So that's why she was being so weird and evasive to the police.
That would make sense, yeah, because you're terrified that your family's gonna be harmed.
Exactly. So Cindy's private investigator like works with her and believes her story and everything and is going to try to help her.
Good.
And he gives her a two-way radio so that she can contact him if anything were to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this shit keeps happening and the police aren't around when it happens. So here's a radio. If shit goes down, you let me know and I'll be there in a second.
Okay.
So one night the private investigator hears some strange sounds coming over the radio
Oh, God.
and she's not responding. So he goes over to her house.
Is it, like, constantly on?
I don't know. It didn't really specify. It just said that he heard. I would think so, right? You have to, like, push the button for it to record. So maybe something happened and she started pushing the button, like, fucking get here.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just, like, an open-ended. That would be weird.
That's
like,
what I
you
thought. That'd
bug
be
your
weird
own
as hell.
Yeah.
Like-
Either way. It said a two-way radio. So that would be like, now I talk, you talk.
Yeah.
We talk, we dip.
I think I've told this before, but that guy's now a gym teacher. Go on.
Oh, yeah, you did share that with me. Okay, so he goes over to her house. He gets there and all the doors are locked. And while he's like, good, fuck, I would like to get inside of this house, though, because I'm worried about her well-being, like she's not answering the door or anything.
Yeah.
He looks through a window and finds Cindy on the floor, and he thought she was dead.
Oh, God.
So the private investigator kicks in the door, finds her on the floor.
First of all.
What?
Just kicks in the door.
He's like, ah!
Have you ever tried to kick in a door?
Did somebody say fire?
It's so hard. This is a private investigator. I mean, maybe he has police background or military background, so he's a big, strong man, but...
Maybe he just, like, picked the lock, but he was like, nah, kick that door in.
They're like, there's no sign of forced entry.
You're like, dude, the door frame is totally intact.
Yeah.
I'm really good at it.
I have a magic foot.
Who knows?
Anyway, go on.
He claims he kicked the door in, and he finds her on the floor with a note pinned to her.
Oh, God.
With a paring knife through her hand. Like, it's like a note on her hand with a paring knife holding it in there.
Oh, that's awful.
I looked everywhere, and I saw pictures, but you know how you're like, is that the picture of the note, or is that a picture depicting what you think the note looked like?
Yeah.
And the note had, like, a couple of pictures of, like, somebody with their hands around somebody's neck, and, like, just, like, creepy pictures, and then it said, I see you.
The fuck?
I don't know.
Was she dead?
Well, he calls 911, and she briefly revives, like, while he's calling 911, and they take her to the hospital.
Oh, my God.
And she lives.
What?
Cindy claims that she recalled some man walking through her gate, which I'm assuming is in the yard. Mm-hmm. But then the next thing she knew is she was hit in the head with a piece of wood or something blunt like that. Mm-hmm. And she was held down, and a needle went into her arm.
Oh, fuck.
And then she doesn't remember anything else.
Well, people that get hit in the head often won't remember stuff, too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You'll get, like, amnesia or concussion and stuff.
You need your brain. Plus, like, if a needle went into her arm, I'm sure it wasn't anything good to keep her awake.
That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
What was in it? Do we know?
Well,
okay.
The police were still suspicious.
What?
Of her, as there was no fingerprints or anything that were found at the crime scene.
Oh my God.
Sometimes in her stories, she would claim that, like, it was one man or two men or three. And
like
it was
her
kind
story
of
was
inconsistent.
changing?
Yeah, so like throughout all of these attacks, this is like a generalized reason why the police weren't really believing her, is like they couldn't find any evidence that she had been attacked other than like her laying on the floor with a paring knife in her hand, but they're claiming like maybe she did that shit to herself for like attention, because we didn't find any fingerprints. We don't know who this guy is.
Gloves exist.
No one's around. I know, right? No one's around when this happens, which I mean, a fucking stalking, no one's going to be around when they're stalking some, like,
yeah.
I'm going to make sure they're alone.
Yeah, they're going to wait because they've been watching this whole fucking time.
Yeah. And then her stories are inconsistent probably because she fucking got knocked in the side of the head with a piece of wood.
Yeah, and then stabbed in the arm with some kind of injection.
Yep. And then also she's being evasive, right? So she's probably like, I mean, it was like one or two. I don't know. Because she doesn't want to like rat him out or something.
Here's the thing, though. You've already told the police at this point.
Yeah.
So you have to just tell them everything. Otherwise, if he doesn't get caught, he's going to fucking kill you.
I know. But you know what? Think of like the early 80s. I'm sure it was like a different time. So she continues to receive threatening phone calls.
Oh, my God.
They like tap her phone so they can try to trace him. Mm-hmm. And each phone call was too short to trace. So they could never, like, figure out who it is. The police decide to set up a 24-hour surveillance on her house. And when they would do that, nothing would ever happen. But as soon as they stopped watching her house, then she would get another threat or something again.
All right. Now that's a little suspicious. Were they, like, in a marked car, though, or, like...
I don't know. I would hope they wouldn't be, like, lighting up the whole fucking house with, like, rifles on the corner. Because, of course, nothing's going to happen then.
Yeah, like police lights on.
Yeah.
In the, waiting out front. I don't understand why he's not showing up.
Hey, stalker. Anyway, so the police were getting frustrated, and they felt that this only proved more that she was making the attacks up because no one would show up when they would be watching.
Okay. Maybe he's just smart. Maybe he's a cop.
Right? Well, Cindy's mom is like, yo, if somebody was stalking you and they saw cops or knew what was going on, they know enough about her life to know, like, what she's doing and where she's going and able to follow her after her name change and after her car change and all this other shit.
Yeah.
They're going to know when she's being watched. They're going to know when she goes to the police. Like,
yeah.
They've got a fucking lock on her life. Anyway, so Cindy's mom is really pissed at the police. Like, fuck you guys. You guys suck.
Good.
So then the next thing that happens to her is she was found 6 miles from her home, lying in a ditch.
Holy shit.
Semi-conscious.
Ugh.
Wearing a man's work boot and a glove.
What?
And she was suffering from hypothermia. She was covered in cuts and bruises and had a black nylon stocking tied tightly around her neck.
Well, okay. I have so many questions.
She has no memory of what happened to her.
Okay.
She was alive.
Does she have a split personality disorder or something?
That's one of the theories.
Okay. Go on.
Okay.
We're going to talk about these later.
Yep. So, Cindy started asking Agnes, her friend, and her husband to come stay the night with her. Because she was like, shit keeps happening.
Yeah.
So one of the nights, Cindy wakes up Agnes and her husband and says that she heard a noise downstairs. And the husband was like, yo, I heard it too. Let's go check it out. So they go down to the basement and they find that it's on fire.
What?
Yep. And Agnes calls the fire department, but the phone is dead.
No.
So the husband runs next door to ask the neighbor to call the fire department.
Mm-hmm. Leaving them fucking alone?
Well, he runs into a man on the street, and the man is just standing on the curb. So the husband's like, yo, can you help us? This house is on fire. And then the man just, like, turns around and runs away.
That was him.
What the fuck? I'm like, is he wearing white tennis shoes?
Right? Does he have work boots on?
Yeah, what's going on?
Or a black glove?
I see just one of each.
Yeah.
And one white tennis shoe. So eventually they, like, get the fire out and everything. The police come to investigate, and they suspect that Cindy staged this incident too.
What the fuck?
Because there were no dust or fingerprints disturbed on the outside of the windowsill from the basement. So that says that, like, no one broke in from there, I guess.
In that entrance.
And so they're claiming that the fire would have had to have been started by somebody on the inside.
Okay.
And so they're like, it was Cindy who started the fire. Another thing, just to pile on to all of these reasons they don't believe her, not just in this particular incident, but also, like, you know how she was found in the ditch?
Yeah.
And she had the nylon string around her neck and all this other shit.
Mm-hmm.
She claims that that night she was walking her dog when it happened, when she was attacked. Mm-hmm. And so the police are like, if you know you're being stalked, why the fuck are you walking a dog at night?
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
But what's weird is she was like 6 miles from her home.
That's a really far walk.
Yeah, and like they don't
also,
say
where's
what
the
happened to her
dog?
dog. Yeah, I don't know.
Was it at home? Because that'd be weird.
That wouldn't make sense. But I don't know. I didn't get that level of detail. But basically, for this particular incident with the fire, they think that
she started it.
She started it from the inside.
Was her husband in the same bed as her?
Well, her husband, she was...
I know they're separated. But, like...
They didn't live together.
But they were he was staying the night with Agnes.
Oh, it was Agnes's husband. I'm sorry, was that not clear? Cindy asks Agnes and Agnes's husband to stay with her. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was her husband, like her ex-husband, but they're not husbands.
No, it was the couple, Agnes and her husband.
Okay, that makes sense.
But what the fuck is that guy doing out on the curb?
Yeah.
And it's pretty shitty for the police to be like, no, it had to be her because there's no dust disturb on the windowsill because then somebody had to be on the inside of the house. But it sounds like this person could get into her house very easily.
Yeah, it sounds like this person, like, had a key or something.
Yeah, they've done it before.
Yeah.
To stab a knife through her hand.
That's fucking awful.
So, yeah. So Cindy starts to suffer from, like, mental anguish from all the attacks.
Obviously.
Yeah, and because she was constantly being questioned and, like, the police didn't believe her and, like, people in her life didn't believe her and everything.
Oh, my God.
So she's committed to a psych ward.
Oh, well,
Because
I mean,
her
at least she'll be watched.
Yeah, but her doctor, like, starts to worry for her self-health, like,
Yeah.
thinks that she's gonna commit suicide.
Ugh.
They admit her. She stays there for 10 weeks, and then she gets out. She confides in her family that she believes that she knows who
What?
is stalking her and causing all this issue. She says this in kind of a cryptic way, but she basically says, if the police can't solve this, I'll solve it for them.
Okay.
But she doesn't, like, indicate who it is or anything. Which I'm thinking, if, like, my brother or someone in my family had said that about his life and him being attacked, I'd be like, who the fuck do you think it is?
Yeah, I wouldn't just be like, crazy. Anyway, here's some tea.
Good luck solving it. No, I'd be like, no, you're not leaving this room until you tell me who you think it is.
Yeah.
We can charade it out so you technically didn't tell me.
Yeah,
but
at least me. Like, if you're not going to tell the cops, you need to tell me.
Yeah.
I need to know a thing so that when you die, I know who to blame.
Yes. So May 25th, 1989, Cindy disappears.
Oh, God.
This is 6 years and 7 months after the initial harassment began. For 6 years.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, 6.5 years, right? My God.
That's crazy.
Yep. That same day that she goes missing, her car is found parked in a close-by neighborhood. And in the car, there's groceries and a wrapped gift inside.
Oh, no.
Under her car was her wallet, and on the driver's side door there was blood.
Okay.
2 weeks later, on June 8th, 1989, Cindy's decomposed body was found in a front yard of an abandoned house.
In the front yard?
In the front yard.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Maybe it was placed there after decomposing?
Yeah.
Like, kept somewhere else?
Maybe.
Ugh, that's awful.
So her hands and feet had been bound behind her back.
Oh,
A
no.
black nylon stocking was tied tightly around her neck. There was an injection mark on her arm.
Oh.
The autopsy found that Cindy had died from an overdose of morphine and other drugs.
Jesus.
So she didn't die of strangulation. It's so weird that this, like, nylon stocking keeps showing up.
Well, that's fucking terrifying.
Yep. So then the police come to the conclusion that she died by committing suicide.
How would she tie her hands behind her back?
Here's the part I knew you would be mad at.
Okay.
Exactly.
First
Cindy's-
of all, you picked another goddamn
I know.
police suicide.
I know. I knew this was going to make you mad.
God damn it.
Cindy's father was like, no fucking way. How could she ingest or inject that amount of morphine or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck it was, those drugs, at the crime scene with no evidence around her? Like, there was no syringe, there was no cup, there was no bottle, like,
Yeah,
none of that
that
shit
too.
was anywhere. And then how the fuck was she gonna, like, tie herself up before the medicine kicked in?
Yeah.
So-
And if that's how you kill yourself, there's evidence, like a pill bottle or like whatever
Yeah.
they are, like
Yeah.
a syringe, like you were saying.
Yeah. And what a fucking weird way to kill yourself. Anyway.
Yeah.
I guess that's, like, a different point.
Yeah.
But why would you go to some random ass abandoned house and then throw your body in the front yard?
Well, you can't unless like nobody looked near this abandoned house for 2 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
people had to have driven by.
Right? And all I'm assuming is maybe the grass had been grown over, but still, like, you think critters and stuff or dogs, as you're walking your dog, you would
Yeah,
notice it. So
would
that makes
smell
me
it or
think, like, what
something.
you said, that the body was placed there later.
Yeah.
And it was decomposing, so she probably died 2 weeks ago,
That's
right?
awful. Yeah.
Okay, so, like, the suicide theorist people, like, the police and everyone, like, people who believe that she committed suicide, they claim that the morphine would have taken 15 minutes to take effect. I don't know that that's true if you get injected with it, though. That's pretty fucking quick.
Yeah.
Anyway.
From all of my experience, that's been pretty quick.
Oh, your drugging experience?
Yeah, all my injecting morphine experiences.
AKA giving birth.
That's the only time.
Yep. And a knot specialist came in and was able to recreate the knots that Cindy had around her neck and arms and feet and everything.
Like to himself.
Yeah, the way that she was tied in only 3 minutes. But you know what I fucking say to that? She's not a goddamn knot specialist.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay.
First of all, weird profession.
Super weird profession. And he's probably just a Boy Scout.
Eagle Scout, mind you.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, I mean, I would hope that if this were to ever happen to me, that the police would investigate the matter in a way to not prove suicide, but to instead disprove it.
other things.
Yeah, exactly, to figure out what's going on. But, like, do you think they looked at that knot and they were like, oh, this makes more sense that somebody behind her tied it versus her tying it by herself? Like, yes, she could have, but it's more likely that if she had done that, it would turn out this way. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Like, yeah, someone could strangle themselves, but
Yeah.
it's also more likely that someone else did it. Like,
God. So exactly what we just talked about. The family claims that the cops basically only looked for ways to prove suicide and not to actually solve the crime.
that's awful. Why? Why?
Right?
Why?
The coroner rules that Cindy's death wasn't suicide, accidental, or a murder, but instead that it was an unknown event. So, like, the official documents just say unknown event.
Well, I mean, technically it's unknown because nobody fucking knows it happened.
I know.
But you know what happened.
Like overdose
she died of
Yeah.
a drug overdose
Yeah.
caused
By
homicide.
something suspicious, an unknown event. Anyway, her family claims... I literally wrote, her family claims it's for sure murder.
For sure.
And someone is walking around right now that got away with murder.
And her family never knew who she thought it was.
No, they never knew. But who the fuck has, like, access to morphine and drugs like that?
A doctor.
So I took a couple notes.
A
All right, so
pharmacist.
she was a nurse, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it was like a coworker or someone because she or a coworker would have access to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But which kind of supports like a suicide theory, right? If she was like drugging herself. But
Yeah, or
like,
it supports a weird, creepy coworker.
yeah, which was my last story.
Yeah.
Also, who the fuck has that many black nylon stockings? I mean, it was the 80s.
I was
so
going
maybe
to say, it was a different time.
it was a different time. But you think that they could either A, trace back like where these stockings were bought from, unless it was like hers, but then they could trace it to that too and be like, oh, she has 3, but there should be 4.
Well,
'cause
that
makes a
might be
pair,
like
and this matches that pair.
indicative of a suicide, quote unquote.
Yeah, but like you could probably figure out where these things were coming from, right?
Yeah. Like, did someone bring them from out of the house, or did they get them in the house?
Yeah, I don't think they were investigating it that closely though, because they really thought that she was like,
And by really thought, you mean they didn't want to do their job.
yeah, they were like, nah, she's just fucking with us because every time we go to look, nothing happens. Also, like, she claims to have known who this was. So, like, it could have been a coworker or it could have been her ex-husband. Like, those are the first 2 things I thought of.
Yeah. What does the ex-husband say about all this?
Well, the official suspects in the case were...
No one, herself, because it's a suicide.
No, they were her ex. His name was Ray Makepeace, which I thought was ironic.
That is quite ironic that he couldn't make peace with his spouse.
Dun, dun, dun. And then Pat McBride, who was a lover of hers, who was a policeman.
Didn't I say police earlier?
Yes,
Isn't
you
it a
did.
member of the
Yes,
police?
that's so weird. I don't know, but they like no theories really went into that. It was just kind of like mentioned at the end that he was a suspect, and then also the man seen on the curb,
Yeah.
the night of the fire. So those were the 3 like official suspects.
Okay, so here's why I think it was the police. Because he would know when the police are at the
Yes,
house. So he's not
because
going to
he's
do
the
anything.
police.
Or maybe he's the guy fucking watching the house.
Isn't that creepy?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
And
like
he
that.
would know tracing calls, when to hang up,
or like if she changed her name or her house or her car or anything like that.
and
he
when
has
she
access
goes to the
all that.
police,
Yep,
and all of the things that she tells them. Like, that's,
fucking creepy.
yeah.
What happened to her for 2 weeks, though? Like, she went missing. Her car was found. She was obviously, like, shopping and had a gift in the back of her car. Like, you wouldn't do all that shit if you're about to commit suicide.
Yeah, that
Get
doesn't...
groceries?
that doesn't, what does it indicate?
Suicide?
Planning to end your life. Yeah.
Yeah, like, you're planning to go do something.
Yeah, that's the thing I hear in a lot of podcasts and stuff is
Yeah.
like when they have plans for the next day, they're like, see you tomorrow. That's
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to kill myself.
Yeah. I don't know, but then, like, why would you keep her for 2 weeks? Or...
Well-
that's why I was thinking maybe the grass was high, and so she'd been there for 2 whole weeks, and then it
Maybe
took-
that, or maybe they just didn't know what to do with the body.
I
Maybe
like-
they couldn't get out of the house. Maybe they didn't have a day off because they were a cop working the case.
maybe walking the beat.
Yeah. Maybe they didn't want to look suspicious because they were the husband or
Fucking
coworker.
Sergeant O'Leary. Yeah, I wanted to like look at pictures because I'm curious of like what the abandoned house looked like,
Yeah.
but I'm not ready. I didn't want that shit in my head, so I didn't. Because that
That's
sounds
smart.
like a pretty horrifying, like
Like, who do you think
hogtied.
found it?
Cool.
Oh, no, it's
Yeah,
terrifying.
I don't know. I want to look up the ex a little more to know like what happened after all of this. Like,
Yeah, like, what were his thoughts on it?
yeah,
Was
like
he
what was
oh,
his profession? What did he do? What? So some of his thoughts I did read. I didn't write it down, but some of his thoughts he truly thought that she had a split personality disorder. So he kind
That's
of
what I talked about in the
yeah,
beginning,
that's
too.
what I exactly. So he was kind of like maybe this is like she really believes it, but it's because she has split personality.
Yeah.
And he lived with her for a while, so like
he might know,
he
yeah.
might have a little better insight. But none of her family claims that she did or they recognize that or anything.
Yeah, but, I mean, Brandon would know me better than my brother at this point.
That's true. That's true. Like if you just went fucking crazy and started
Yeah.
like, I don't know, man. But there is one little final thing. Her sister ends up writing a book, and it's called Who Killed My Sister, My Friend. It's by Melanie Hack, who is her sister. And so she is just as stumped by all of this as we are, obviously. And so she wrote a book to give, like, all the details and everything to see if maybe it would help shed some light on the case and try to figure out what's going on.
It sucks never knowing what happened to your close family member.
I'm going to for sure go with that she was being stalked and got murdered.
I don't know. In the very beginning, I was kind of feeling the split personality because, like, that's indicative of blackouts and, like, sometimes fucked up shit. I don't know. You've seen movies. I've read books.
Yeah, but I'm still having a problem with the lack of evidence. Like, if there's injection marks on your arm, how the fuck is there not a syringe somewhere around you?
Yeah, unless
and you're tied up and...
Unless your alter ego is like...
But your alter ego just drugged itself. You know what I mean?
Maybe, I was going to say, maybe they got rid of the stuff before they did.
Yeah, but it's like you are still that person. It doesn't work like that.
Oh, that's right.
That's like one of the big things I have trouble with. And then also, if she was so like reluctant to talk about it all, it seems like she was almost inconvenienced that she had to involve the police. So like, why involve the police then if you... I guess maybe if it's the split personality and you truly believe that it's somebody else, but it's really you because you're blacking out, you know?
Yeah. Maybe you're hesitant to involve the police because you know that you have some mental demons to admit to come to terms with.
Yeah. There was one more thing. The ex got threatening phone calls also, but he claimed, I don't know if it was one or many or whatever, and I don't know when it happened in the story, but he claimed that it sounded like it was her trying to disguise her voice.
Really?
Yeah.
That's...
So the ex, who is a suspect...
Question.
Yeah.
Did they ever look at her phone records?
I'm sure they did.
Well...
To, like, see if she called him. I don't know.
I mean, not even that. Like, to see who's calling her.
Well, yeah, they were trying to trace the calls. So they would, like... She was getting phone calls then, right? Because none of the calls were long enough.
Like, so then she's getting phone calls. They said they tried to trace the calls and none of the calls were long enough, so then they know that she's getting calls from a strange person, not herself, right?
Yep, there you go. See? I don't know. I guess there could be something to, like, her mental stability and everything, and I get that, but I also think that it wasn't suicide. Like, something was really going on.
I think all these stories that you pick that are fucking suicide, quote unquote, are not.
Yeah. I don't know, the John Lang one.
He got stabbed in the back!
That's true. They're all confusing. I don't fucking know. I literally change my mind like every other hour with these.
I know.
But this one I never once thought she committed suicide. I was like, that's too much work.
I don't know.
You're in a ditch every time. Okay, let's
just say... But why
would
you go out? Why would you go out to walk your dog? That's a valid question.
Let's just say.
Okay.
That she did this.
Mm-hmm.
What about that night that her friend comes over, Agnes?
Mm-hmm.
She didn't know she was coming over. She just decided to swing by. So, like, what are the chances that she... Like, why would she go outside and tie this nylon stocking around her throat and just, like, wait for her friend to maybe show up or for someone to maybe show up?
Well, maybe that wasn't the plan. Maybe that was the first suicide attempt.
She was just going to try to kill herself in the middle of the driveway or wherever she was going?
Yeah.
Like, between the house and the garage?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe she was waiting to, like, be strangled. Maybe she wasn't done. Maybe Agnes came and snapped her into reality.
I don't believe it.
I mean, I don't either. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Or
here.
like that you would stab a paring knife through your own hand and lay on the ground.
That'd be
knock the
fuck
fuck out. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't believe it. Or like your own phone lines cut.
First of all, that's going to get expensive.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. That's what I'm saying. This is a lot of work. If you were to carry up the charade for this long.
I don't even know where my phone line is. I mean, I don't have a landline anymore.
That's probably why you don't know where it is.
But also, I mean, I guess it goes from the telephone pole, but it doesn't go up the pole. Like,
oh, you mean like on the outside of the house?
Yeah.
I thought you meant on the inside of it.
Oh.
I mean, you just look at where your phone is.
Yeah, I could do that. But, like, outside. You know when people... Because they always cut the phone line from the outside.
I don't know either.
Do they climb the pole? I thought you can't do that.
No, I'm sure it's, like, on the side of your house or coming from your roof or something, like, along with the electricity. Maybe not along with it. I don't know for sure. I'll look at my house.
Okay. Well, this is a fun episode.
Yeah. Oh, guys.
Oh.
You guys need to go leave a review for us on iTunes.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is your last week to do it. You have to have them in by Friday the 30th so that you could be entered for a chance to win a Creepy Crate.
Creepy Crate!
Creepy Crate. So go do it. And if you enter your review on Friday, you might want to take a screenshot and email it to us just to give us a heads up, because the iTunes store takes like 24 hours for the reviews to show up, and we didn't consider that when we planned this whole contest.
Endeavor.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yep.
Get it. And those crates are super cool, so you definitely want one.
They're awesome.
They're creepy.
They're crates.
What else? Find us on Twitter at ISGD Podcast.
Yep.
Email us at isgdpodcast@gmail.com.
And we got a P.O. box.
We got a P.O. box.
So if you guys want to mail us any snail mail, then send it to P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979.
Send us stuff. Send us cards. I want things.
Yeah, send us holiday cards, and we'll send you
Yes.
holiday cards if you send us your mailing address.
Truth.
You could do it in the email or, snail mail us.
I'm so excited. I check it every day, even though no one knows that it exists yet.
Yeah.
In our time frame.
Yeah, don't make it look so sad every time Aaron goes to the mailbox and there's nothing there.
Yeah. I got our first piece of junk mail today, though. It was for a credit card.
It was super exciting, which is why inmates get credit cards. We've learned.
Yeah.
Because we literally opened a P.O. box and got a credit card ad instantly.
Yeah, I think that's how they get it.
Yep. Fucking mystery one solved.
What case was that? That was your vampire one, right?
Yeah.
Do we have any shout-outs?
We do have a shout out. We have a shout out for Casey.
Dude!
She's so awesome.
I love Casey!
Casey's been super interactive with us on Twitter, and she's also sent us some pretty amazing emails, and it's freaking listeners like Casey that make this shit so fun.
Legit, she brightened my day.
Yes.
I
Casey,
was
we
like-
love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
Everybody be more like Casey.
Yeah, take a page from her book, because she's crushing it.
Yes. I think we're picking up a little steam in Canada because we got a couple more reviews on our Canadian iTunes.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Nice!
So yay, Canada, keep listening to us.
Yay! You guys are so polite and friendly.
Except for when you're raping your vampire rapers.
Yeah,
It's
don't
very
do that.
rude.
That is very rude. Quite rude.
Ha. All right, guys. So until next week.
Thanks for listening.
Oh my God, that was fucking creepy.
If by creepy you mean we nailed it.
That was so weird. Anyway, bye.
Bye!
And if you're all caught up on our podcast, stay tuned for a promo from Sitcomadon.
Yeah, I would have kept going, but the cops showed up.
Well, sometimes you just got to finish a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, hello there. You snuck up on us.
Nope.
I'm Levi London. Sitting next to me is...
Brandon Gross.
And we're the hosts of a hit podcast, Sitcomadon.
And what we do over at Sitcomadon is dig up the extinct sitcom.
Yeah. Dig it up and we break it down to its prime elements.
That's right.
You'll see a lot of laughs.
A lot of serious talk.
A lot of love.
A lot of hate.
A lot of mayonnaise.
A lot of mustard.
Oh, you're good. So come on down to the old homestead and sit around the campfire with us.
Check out Sitcomadon.
Airing every Sunday night wherever fine podcasts like these are sold.